Welcome and thank you for watching this video about the Florence Nightingale Ridgeway Walk 2021. My name's Neil Thubron. I'm the owner and founder of XNRG. We're privileged to be the organising company to be working alongside the Hospice organising the event this year to look after you and make sure you have a fabulous experience. Taking on 80 miles along the Ridgeway, the oldest routeway in the UK, is a great challenge to start off 2021 with, and doing it for others and raising money for the Hospice is a great way of doing something that's good for you and good for other people. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the route, I'm going to talk about how we're going to look after you, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen each day, the schedule, an outline of that, I'm going to talk about the logistics and what you need to do if you want to take part in the event and what you need to do about raising sponsorship for the event. But let's jump straight in and now let's have a look at the route. So let's have a look at the Ridgeway. It's 87 miles long. It stretches from Overton Hill in the southwest, just below Swindon, to Ivanhoe Beacon, just north of Tring. 87 miles, 5,000 years old. Every invading army that's ever invaded the UK, Saxons, Normans, Romans, whoever has used the routeway to travel from west to east and east to west. So you're going to follow in the footsteps of history as you travel west to east along the Ridgeway. You've got fabulous sections of chalky, big open downs in the west to the leafy Chiltern Hills in the east. You've got Uffington Castle and the White Horse of Uffington, which we'll go past on day one. Then the Thames as we travel through Goring and Streatley and along that section, which is beautiful. And then up into the Chiltern Hills with all the views you get across the Vale of Aylesbury. So it's a stunning route. Great route to walk, one of those for the bucket list that you have to tick off. So each day you're going to be doing 20 miles, and let's look at each day and how we're going to break it down. So we're going to start off by meeting at the Hospice Centre in Aylesbury on the Thursday morning, early in the morning, probably 7 o'clock meeting. We're then going to drive down to Swindon and we're going to start on the Ridgeway just south of Swindon. You're going to be in groups of 8 to 10 with a guide to look after you for the day. You're then going to set off then on your 20-mile walk. You'll get to somewhere near to Wantage at the end of day one, and we will pick you up and we're going to bus you to your overnight accommodation, which is in Goring and Streatley. You'll finish day one, I would think, about 3-4 o'clock, depending on how fast you walk, how long you want to rest on the way, etc. Then we're going to in the evenings when we get to the youth hostel in Goring and Streatley, we're going to have something to eat. We'll do some entertainment. There's a pub next door, so you can do what you like in the evening. Next morning we're up early, breakfast, and then we're being bussed back to where you finished off on day one, and then we're going to walk 20 miles. We're going to go through Goring and Streatley, same groups as the day before unless anyone wants to change. And we're going to go through Goring and Streatley and up to a place called North Stoke, about 5-6 miles just north of Goring and Streatley. We pick you up there, we bring you back to Goring and Streatley Youth Hostel for the second night, where you're going to get fed, we're going to do some entertainment, some fun, pub next door, you can go there if you want. Then the next day we're going to bus you to North Stoke after breakfast, and you're going to do 20 miles to Princess Risborough. When we arrive in Princess Risborough, we're staying overnight at the school there, in the big sports hall there with camp beds all set up. It's a great location to stay overnight. We're going to have dinner. You're then free time to do what you want in the evening or just chill out. And then back the next morning, Sunday morning, the last day, up for breakfast. And then it's 20 miles to the Hospice in Aylesbury. So that's how the 4 days are going to break down. Very different sections in terms of walking, but 20 miles each day, supported by the guides and supported en route by regular water stations, feed stations, so that you've got plenty of sustenance to keep you going. A question we get asked regularly is, how fit do I have to be able to do 80 miles over 4 days? Now, let's be clear, it is a challenge. I mean, that's one of the reasons for doing it. It's a challenge because we want you to be challenged to raise money for sponsorship, for people to support you to take on a challenge. But it's not impossible. It is definitely doable for anybody. I've seen people who are 80 years old, who are unfit, overweight, do some incredible things at events over the years, whether it's walking, cycling, whatever it might be. walking 20 miles a day is definitely doable so long as you've got a basic level of fitness. And you've got several months to train to get ready for it. And if you're doing the right preparation and you're just getting some miles into your legs over the months getting ready for it, you're getting your kit ready, you're getting your mind ready, then everybody can do this. There's no problem in doing it at all. Okay, so now let's talk about what's included in the package. The money you're paying, the sponsorship you're raising. All we want you to do is think about walking. That's it. Everything else is down to me and my team to look after you. From the minute you arrive in Aylesbury to the minute you get back in Aylesbury, all you've got to think about is putting one foot in front of the other. We're going to bus you to Swindon on the first day. You're going to be guided and looked after throughout each of the days. There's going to be aid stations and fuel to make sure you're okay. If you have to pull out, if you get an injury or something, we can pick you up and take you to the overnight so you can recover for the next day. You're going to be looked after. All the baggage will be shipped and put into your rooms ready for when you arrive at the overnights. We'll set up your beds. We'll make sure everything is okay and ready for when you arrive. So all you've got to do is have a shower and lay out and relax. All the food is provided. Evening meals, breakfast, packed lunches. Transportation wherever we need to go to get you to and from the starts each day. We're going to have medics on site overnight from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 o'clock. And they're there to look after feet problems or any kind of other illnesses that you might have. All of our staff are first aid trained and they can look after you en route. So there is literally nothing you have to think about other than putting one foot in front of the other. We're going to do everything else for you. So how do you take part and what does it cost? So to take part, just get a hold of the Florence Nightingale Hospice. The link's in the notes below in this video. Get a hold of the Florence Nightingale Hospice and they will register you. You need to pay a deposit for the event. So the deposit is £99 for the 4 days. The total cost for the 4 days is £499. So just under £500 for 4 days, completely looked after, walking along one of the iconic routeways in the UK. Each person has got a sponsorship target of £500, which we'd like you to try and raise, so that we're getting around £1,000 per person as a minimum coming in to the hospice to cover the cost of the event and to go towards fundraising for the hospice. Obviously, you can raise much more than that, and I know many of you will raise a lot more. There is a 2-day option as well for those who cannot take 2 days off work and cannot make the Thursday and Friday. And the price for that is £49 deposit, £249 total to pay, with a target fundraising of £250. So basically half of the 4 days option. But please try and make the 4 days if you can, because it's such a great experience. It'd be such a shame to just do the last 2 days if you can get that time off and do the full 4 days. I know that everybody's looking forward to getting outside and doing things after the year we've had in 2020. Make this your challenge for 2021. Make yourself go for something that really helps you, that's good for you, that's good for other people. I'd hope that my team and me get to support you in March 2021. Thank you for listening.